The world is moving towards sustainability. And that includes those who create designs for our homes. At the Ecological fair in Milan, the use of light to make your home look designer and yet be eco-friendly was on top priority. So we had big brands like Philips launching this stunningly minimalist line of super efficient OLED lamps. Organic light-emitting diodes or OLED technology consumes at least 40 to 60% less power. And here the technology has been used to create flat lights that are as thin as a sheet of glass. You could use them as floor or ceiling lamps and they are sure to add a very modern edge to your home. While a brand as big as Philips is innovating to be eco-friendly, these paper lamps from a Swedish company are 100% ecological. They are made of biodegradable paper and work with small LED bulbs. The effect of the lamp is just about right, and aesthetically that is exactly the idea.
From an aesthetical and emotional point of view, we tend to over-illuminate and we tend to have ceiling-based lighting solutions. If you can minimize the general lighting or the ambient lighting and instead direct light where you need it, even if it's a workplace or by your bed or your kitchen table, you get a lighting solution that is not only more energy efficient but also, in my point of view, more aesthetic.
So the trend now is to use light to create design in your interiors while keeping it eco-friendly. Floss, an Italian firm that now also has presence in India, demonstrated the need to integrate light design with basic home architecture. Like we discovered, the thrust here too was to use light for great effect but in an eco-friendly fashion.
Does design need to be compromised to achieve certain standards of, say, energy conservation?
If you really ask me, I think that's the beauty of the design, that you need not to make compromises to save on the energy. But many people, when they really tend to use artificial light sources and then they really want to save energy, they have issues with it. But if something is really design oriented and they really look into the design well, I think you need not to make any compromises.
Do you think coming to a place like this actually has a huge learning curve for architects and designers who come here year on year?
Yes, because see, you know that I feel that European countries has always been the mentor for Eastern and Asian countries, and they're really studying the subject well. So if you talk about solar energy or LEDs, they're really coming up with the solutions which are really, you can save a lot of energy, and when design comes up with a complete solution which opens a window for energy saving and an eye for detail, I think it's there.
So lighting solutions that are high on aesthetics and wear the green tag are the next mantra for a beautiful and responsible home. But if you are wondering what else to keep in mind when you shop for your interiors, here's help. We caught up with the editor of Home Review, Anish Bajaj, as he summed up a few big trends from the Milan Design Fair.
Anish, I'm taking a look at a lot of things over here, and it seems that the bulky stuff is out of the picture.
Yeah, it does certainly look like this, and we have seen a lot of the new contemporary range of furniture is all about much thinner profiles, like you can see on this one. The profile is really thin and sleek, and it is more organic in its structure and not as straight-lined as it was maybe a few years ago.
So the
formality of design is getting, I think, a little less structured and moving more towards more expressive really, in the kind of forms that are being displayed. And also I think the products that are being designed are now being designed taking into account the transparency factor and the lightweight nature of the product.
Right,
So that it really, it's nice to look at, but it doesn't really consume you or consume the space when you actually place it in your home.
And you know, unlike a lot of trends that we see at an international fair like this seems to be a trend that would work in an Indian home, you think?
It's really designed for smaller spaces, less obtrusive, nice to look at, is organic in the way it is perceived, has details and an amalgamation of ideas and thoughts behind it. So, and is not that expensive.
Fluid shapes and thin frames. While that's the one tip to follow, here's another one that's bound to put you in a cheerful mood.
What we are seeing at this fair, and really the flavor is really things which are more colorful and more expressive. And we see it all around, and color is being induced a lot more into furniture. So color really is being introduced in different materials, right from plastics to metals to acrylics, and that really is I think trying to reach out to a younger audience and to be a little more playful and a little less staid and more engaging really.
A lot of people introduce color in their living rooms through accessories. You think that's something that's passé now? You should have colorful furniture instead?
No, it's all really a personal choice. It really has to be, and it is really about who you are as a person and what you really like. But what we are seeing is, yes, color is being induced in various forms. Now introducing it in accessories and only in furnishings is the more safe way to go about things. But now we are seeing products and furniture which is nice to look at, and there are people who are inducing colors in that as well.
So experimenting with colors in the nooks and corners of your home to infuse vibrancy could be an option. It would of course depend on your personal style, but as we discovered at this design fair in Milan, design really has something for everybody. You could be traditional, quirky, or just experimental. Work with design and it's likely to take you places.